Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, shortly after filming the last video on Biden's budget, got another piece of information. And while I'm still not sure if this is going to show up in the budget proposal or this is going to be something separate, it is definitely worth covering because in that first video I talked about two things that that I thought was going to get a lot of attention. There's also this. It's being suggested that the Biden administration is going to suggest a billionaire's tax, a minimum tax rate on income for billionaires. Okay, so if you are part of that 0.01%, you will have a minimum tax rate of 25%. That's the way it's being explained to me. And this is on new income during that year, no matter what, 25%. Obviously, there's going to be pushback against that, from people that have deep pockets. Those are going to be the people who care about it. I would suggest that if you are lucky enough to fall into this category, maybe it's okay. Now, everything else from that first video still applies to this, though. It's a proposal. It's really cool to see something like this actually suggested. At the same time, the president doesn't make these rules. This is something that will have to go through Congress. The idea that a bunch of billionaires are going to allow a billionaire tax to go through seems pretty slim. All they have to do is convince Republican allies in the House to vote against it. And it's over. That's gone. And to be clear on this, if the Democratic Party controlled the House, I would still wager that billionaires would find the allies to vote against it. You're talking about people who are, billionaires. They have a lot of money, they have a lot of influence, and that gets them a lot of people in Congress. The only way to overcome that would be sheer numbers. You would need Republicans and Democrats, as far as average voters, calling their representatives saying, hey, make this happen. It seems unlikely. There is that general idea in the United States that everybody will one day be a billionaire. So have to protect the interest of the billionaire. So one day when you're on top, you'll reap those rewards. So it is interesting to see it proposed. Biden has actually proposed something like this in the past. This time, it's actually 5 percentage points up as far as the minimum tax. I don't expect this to actually go through, though. I would be really surprised. It just seems like all of the very wealthy interests will be working against this particular item. But it's definitely setting the tone for an economic debate, and it's casting the Biden administration in a more progressive light, in a tax the rich light, even though in this case there's really not much risk to them suggesting it because it is incredibly unlikely to get through Congress. So it's not like they're going to upset their wealthier donors. But I would add that to the list of the other items from his economic proposal that are going to get a lot of press. I would be surprised if by the time this video comes out, it's not already being widely discussed. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.